but it has 5 steps and it has 5 different things. You have to do your meditation, your yoga, your reading, all this writing,
affirmation,
all within an hour, right?
visualization,
Gratitude practice, all that stuff. And
ice bath.
well, I would do a cold plunge. Man, I miss the sauna. But anyway, so you do all that stuff and then you fail, right? You do it for like 3 days or whatever.
Right.
And so I think the biggest,
there's an inverse relationship between how many things you do and how many days you do it for.
right, experiment, like a good experiment, you're only changing one variable. I think that might be the big key that I want to get out there, is that like when you're doing something, just change one thing and try and do that well and get the data on that one thing for however long you think, a week or a month, a week or 3 days. 3 days to a week would be easier though.
Yeah, well, coming back to, so that's like, it's almost like first priority, I would say, right?
Right.
Because you're not going to get you're going to peter out real quick if you don't get that under control fast, right?
Yeah.
And then the longer you do it, the more the data has priority, right?
Yeah, it's hard to see something in one day, but you do it for a week or you can kind of see the trend a little easier.
Right, exactly. And then I guess really, so if we were to do like a 1, 2, 3 process, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then the last thing would be like making accurate conclusions or observations.
Okay.
About
so how would you make an accurate conclusion? Like what would be like, how would you use the data and look at that and make an accurate conclusion? I mean, with weight loss, it'd be easy, right? You could just see, like, you should be able to see, okay, I had 2,000 calories on Monday and my weight stayed the same. I had 1,800 calories on Tuesday.
a great example.
And I had 1,500 calories on Wednesday and I started going down a little bit. But then once you hit Friday, you have 3,000 calories and you wake up Saturday morning and you're 3 pounds heavier than you were on Monday.
Right, exactly. So like weight loss, for example, might not be the right metric for you to measure your progress.
Very true. Very true.
So that might be your conclusion, for example, then. It might be better to do body fat or circumference measurements.
Right, because you're not always, like, from the experiment, you can learn more than just what you're learning. Like you can learn how to experiment better.
Yes.
And I think you get that only by constant experimentation.
Right. And I think you got to have a mindset that like a good experiment like probably rarely proves your hypothesis.